this morning, and welcome back to the OHIO podcast. Everybody, do us a big favor if you don't mind and smash that like button. You all know the drill. Like the video, make a comment down the comment section below. That's going to help us reach more people. And whenever we have this topic that we're about to talk about, it always gets heated down in the comment section below. So make sure that you let us know what you think about what we think down below. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. We continue to grow the channel. It's growing so fast. We appreciate each and every single one of you. And one of the reasons why this channel has been growing like it has is because of people like I guess I could call you my guest, TG, but you're not really a guest. You're the host of the Buckeye Lounge, which is goes live every Tuesday night, 8 o'clock Eastern. TG and Sean, they do a great job here at the OHL podcast with their show, the Buckeye Lounge. TG, welcome to a nice little video that we're going to throw out to everybody Tuesday morning.
Yeah, thanks for getting me here, Eric. Love being here. Love being here with you, and I can't wait to dive into this topic.
Yeah, let's do that. So, okay, guys, you all know that TG is the Wolverine Slayer. Okay, she she speaks with so much passion about this rivalry and about the topic that about the scandal, the cheating scandal. I'm on record. A lot of you know I have been on record that I really doubt the NCAA is going to pull a trigger on a really harsh punishment. I think they know they've got to do something, but what will that be? I think TG and we disagree on the severity of what that punishment will be. And so I wanted to kind of pick her brain because, to be honest with you, TG, I want to believe. I want to believe it's going to be bad. I want that so bad. But it's hard for me to get past my feelings about how the NCAA is just a toothless, spineless organization at this point. So I'm going to give you the opportunity this morning to convince me that here in another few weeks, the NCAA is going to drop a significant punishment on the lap of the scum.
Well, here's one thing, Eric. I understand why you think that they are spineless and weak and toothless. I get why you say that, but here's where I would disagree with this one. They're only spineless, toothless, weak when it comes to NIL and transportal because all their power has been stripped away when it comes to that. Because of the courts, Congress. They will not allow them to make punishments or do anything with NIL. So that, in my opinion, is where they're toothless and spineless. Now, when you're talking about sanctions regarding bylaws that all the schools that are part of the NCAA agree to, they could punish it very harshly if you choose to act like, if you do what Michigan did, you give them the double bird and you don't tell the truth, they're going to be harsh to you. Honestly, we've even seen schools like Arizona and Kentucky who have cooperated fully with the NCAA. This past throughout the scandals that have come out, like with Kentucky, with players getting money without fulfilling like requirements that they need to do on contracts that they sign, I think regarding NIL or something else. And also with Arizona State with the whole COVID stuff, obviously, like the same type of stuff Michigan's getting in trouble for. They punished them really harshly for that. Even though, like with Kentucky, they say, "Hey, with this program, they had no way of even knowing about this going on. They don't have any responsibility to it, but they still gave them a bowl ban, still stripped them of all their wins." And with
Mm-hmm.
Arizona State, they still punished them super harshly regarding that, even though they were fully cooperative, unlike Michigan. So, like the fact that the NCAA has been pretty harsh with their punishments lately is including with the ones who've been cooperative, but because of the fact that they've relegated a rule to mitigate those penalties to a point where it won't harm you as hard as it would, at least to be as bad as it could be. I think because of what Michigan's done regarding not being cooperative the entire time, with with the new rule that's been sitting in with being cooperative versus uncooperative, I think
Mm-hmm.
the punishment is going to be a lot worse because Michigan never cooperated. Like these schools
Yeah.
cooperated, the punishment still was a little harsh compared to what it should be, but they mitigated it because they were more cooperative. So
And
I would tend to think,
yeah.
hey, if Michigan didn't cooperate, why would I not expect the NCAA to be much harsher towards them like they were towards than what they were towards these programs?
And it does feel like Michigan is kind of backtracking a little bit from the whole
They
we're going to
are.
fight this thing a little bit. which leads me
They
to
are.
which leads me to my next question, because I went back actually and listened to Tuesday's show with you and Sean, and in the second part of the show you kind of got into this a little bit with will or can even Michigan even fight any punishment that they receive in the courts. Meaning, if if the NCAA says here's what the punishment's going to be, do they even have any legal leg to stand on to go after the NCAA? The court says we're not going to fulfill this because A, B, C, and D. And you said I don't think they even have that ability to do that because they have broken rules that they agreed to. Am I correct in your assumption on that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because the courts, and this is pretty much factual, that the courts, if you agree to these rules, the courts can't do anything about it. You agreed to this. These are body laws that were set and agreed upon across all schools in the NCAA, from the SEC to the Big Ten, the Big 12, the ACC, the Pac 12, which is still around hilariously, and the G5. All these schools, and even the Division 2, Division 3 schools, this has all been agreed upon across all the schools. So if you break them, the courts can't do anything about that one. NIL is a different story, but the bylaws, that in and of itself, that's a whole different entity. The courts can't get involved in that.
Mm.
If they could, don't you think they would have done something about the tattoo thing or about the Reggie Miller stuff?
I mean, the tattoo thing. Here's and from an Ohio State fan's perspective, TG, who lived through that. I know you. How old were you when Trussell and the tattoo gate happened? Were you even born yet?
Yeah, I was born. I was already
Okay.
born. I told you guys I was born in 2002. By the
Okay.
time that tattoo stuff came around, I think it was around the third, fourth, maybe even fifth grade.
Okay, you were a little kiddo. Okay.
Yeah, but I remember it.
I was a grown
I
ass
remember it.
adult. I
I remember it. And here's the funny thing. I agree with Chris where, yes, you should get punished because you broke the rules. Now, do I think the whole tattoo thing was stupid? Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Like, why are they getting in trouble for something like this? Not only that, but also selling their own property to get money. Like, it's their property. Who are you to tell them? But these were rules that they agreed to at the time. And, well, they even and think about it too. The NCAA even gave you a chance to fully get into the NIL stuff like within that time period. So like you had a chance to get in it when this all came to fruition. So but again, at the time, if you broke the rules, you broke the rules. I couldn't be mad at the NCAA because again, Trussell, Terrell, and the rest of the Tattoo Five, you broke the rules and you put Ohio
Hmm.
State in a precarious situation. So I couldn't be fully mad at the again. While it was stupid, still you broke the rules and you should know better.
Yeah, and and what's frustrating about it is, hindsight's 2020. It's something that a player can do today and there's no punishment at all. Everybody
Yeah, it's
does it, right?
laughable.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it's
So,
laughable.
but I digress. The point being is, and what I want to kind of stress at is Ohio State has always played by the rules that the NCAA lays down when it comes to punishment. When the NCAA says you broke a rule, here's your punishment. Ohio State's always taken that. We've
Hmm.
and we've even gone so far the other direction that we preemptively will punish ourselves on things. Some of the stuff
Hmm.
that doesn't even need punishment, if you ask me my opinion. The whole Urban Meyer Zach Smith thing, I feel like they jumped the gun on that to try to save face in the public, because if you go and you actually read the transcripts from the court case, Zach was innocent
Oh
on
yeah.
most of what he was being charged of. He's been found to be completely innocent. And it was like
Hmm.
we punished ourselves for something that was like, why? You know?
I, I
So,
I believe it was because the president at the time did not like
yes.
Urban or Zach,
Oh, he was,
obviously,
no, he
but
was,
also, but also, it's like, and here's the thing: like the NCAA said, Ohio State had no wrongdoing. Like they never punished Ohio State for that. It's just that Ohio State holds themselves to such a high standard. Like even if Zach was found innocent, it's just that if you knew about it but you didn't say anything, like you probably should have at least said something, right? I'm not trying to say I'm sticking up for the program, but it's like Ohio State holds themselves to such a high standard where they're not going to tolerate that kind of stuff. I mean, remember, we expelled two kids for a complete lie that a woman made about them attacking her, assaulting her. So like,
100%. Yeah, we
you know,
did.
and it turned out they were innocent throughout the whole thing. But that's just how high of a standard Ohio State has themselves, where it's like you probably shouldn't find yourself in that situation. Even though most of these women in today's day and age lie, but I can get into a whole nother debate about that in another
Yeah,
day.
that's a whole other show for another time. And quite frankly, I would love to see you make that show. That would be fantastic, TG. Good content. Okay, so yeah, 100% agree with you. We hold ourselves to such a higher standard. And here's what's crazy, and this is what I've tried to express to that fan base that just refuses to accept the truth on this. They used to hold themselves to that standard too. They
You
used
know,
to, and they have totally sold their soul, TG, to what they have allowed to happen to this program under Jim Harbaugh, and they still hold him and Connor Stallions and all these people who were involved in what is obviously a tainted championship. They hold them to such high esteem because they were willing, I think, to do away with those standards and morals in order to win that championship, and they're not going back on that. And now they have to
hmm
live with this. Now they're going to have to live with the fallout from that. Now, what that fallout is, that's
hmm
where the debate lies. But I digress. You see my point is
yeah,
they just don't want to hold themselves to that standard anymore, and they continue to deflect and spread a narrative that's like, guys, it's almost like they can't even see their own sin, if that makes sense.
yeah. Of course they can, and it's because Ohio State broke them. Let's be honest about that one. We broke them. They have been so irrelevant from the very beginning. Like, let's be realistic. I've talked about this with myself and Sean. We're eventually going to have a guest by the name of Kangaroo Black. Eventually, we're going to get him on the show. And he actually made a video talking about how Michigan hasn't been relevant for 80 years. I've talked about this. And I actually piggyback off what he said and said he's absolutely right. They didn't do anything for like 80 some years. They have not won anything. They have not accomplished anything. Like everything they've accomplished is due to a cheating scandal. That like, and if you look at their seasons, because it was Steely Matt or somebody who has sent me like a whole like text message or a whole message on social media where it shows about how Michigan seasons were before the cheating scandal, and they
Hmm.
only had about 4 good seasons the entire 2000s. So it's like you only have 4 good seasons. And those seasons always ended with you, for the most part, losing to Ohio State. The only time you didn't lose was when we had 2003 and 2011. Like 2011, we had Luke Fickle as the head coach. Probably should have won that game if Terrell Pryor, I mean, not Terrell Pryor, if Braxton
Braxton
Miller
Miller.
doesn't overthrow one of our receivers who was open for a touchdown, we probably win that game. And in 2003, I'm not gonna lie, the defense, I mean, Tim Anderson basically just talked about it. They were not on their A game. It was just weird. But outside of that, you've mostly lost to Ohio State. And every other time you've gone up against Ohio State, you tend to get your teeth kicked in. I mean, think about it. When Ryan Day went up against them in 2019, he hung like what, 62, 63 on them?
It was a
Like, was
blowout.
just
Yeah.
whooping them. Yeah, like blowing them out. That's what Urban was doing too. Like, these were just blowouts for the most part. There are times we had close competitive games like
Sure.
2016, but they can never win those games. And that's
Yeah.
why I think they sold their souls, because they knew they had no choice in their minds, because it's like, we can't beat Ohio State fairly. We can't win fairly. So let's just go sell our soul to the devil and make it happen. And that's
Yeah.
why, and not only that, you choose to act like a butthole to the NCAA. But here's the other thing, too. Their biggest enemy as well is the Big Ten commissioner. You flipped off Tony Petitti. Do people remember this? All them talking about, we're gonna sue Tony Petitti in the Big Ten and we're gonna do all this, that, and the other. And you made an enemy out of your own conference commissioner. And whether you know it or not, the conference commissioner told the NCAA, punish these guys harshly. I don't want you to give it. You just throw the book at them. I don't care. And people think that what Tony Petitti did with his response to Michigan was weak. It's like, guys, he's doing what's within the confinement of what he can do. He's not gonna go full on punishing Michigan until the NCAA's investigation is over, and it's almost over. Everything that he wants to do to Michigan, he will be able to do once the whole Connor Stein stuff is done. But this my thing with Michigan is you made an enemy out of the NCAA and out of your own commissioner, to a point where the NCAA knows this is their last stand. They got to make something happen. They can't, if you want to fall into irrelevancy and not exist, Don't go easy on Michigan. Just go easy on them. Go easy on them. Go light heart. But they know everybody. A Power Four coach literally said this out of his mouth.
Hmm.
All the Power Four coaches pay attention to this. This matters to them
Well,
because
yeah,
this
because
affected how they did. It got
if
coaches fired. It ruined their
right,
lives.
if the NCAA does not hand down a significant punishment, then and this has been the one thing that has caused me to hesitate on maybe it's going to be harsher than even I think it could be because it
Hmm.
sets a precedent that if you allow this to happen and you don't hand out any consequences for it, then you are basically telling the rest of college football we have we don't even exist as an NCAA arm of
And that's
punishment.
what they don't
Do
want.
whatever you want,
That's what they
right?
don't want. So that's
Exactly.
why I
So
think they're gonna do it
yeah, it'll be.
because they ain't got a choice.
This is going to be so interesting how this plays out. And I feel like sometimes I'm riding the fence. I waver back and forth because every time I start to feel like, okay, TG and Nevada Buck and some of these people who have been strong the whole time, the NCAA is going to hand out a firm punishment. The hammer's coming. I start to believe that, and then I go back and I look at what the NCAA did to North Carolina and Kansas and Louisville and basketball when they did nothing. And I
I
think
mean,
to
it's
myself,
basketball, and let's be real, that's been going on for years in
well, yeah,
basketball. So like, they ain't got.
it's also the NCAA's meal ticket. It's how they make their
I
money. They
mean,
don't. I mean, they don't make money at
yeah,
college football like they
yeah,
do the NCAA tournament. But I digress. I don't know if you saw Josh Pate from his popular college football show recently, kind of
I
walk
have.
back a little bit on what he was saying somewhat, but it sounds like to me that some people are now trying to say it doesn't matter if they remove games victories or not because the games happen. I to me, I feel that that does matter. To
It
me,
does.
taking away scholarships in the NIL era doesn't have uh the same form of punishment as it once did because you could just pay these players now what they would
It
have gotten
depends.
their
I mean, you
scholarship.
can, but they can also deliver you like a financial punishment too. I can see that
True,
happening.
true. If I was the NCAA, I would say postseason bowl ban would be the number one thing that would hurt them right now the most, right?
It. Oh, that's what they're talking about right now.
Number two would be taking away the national championship. No
Hmm.
longer the NCAA saying we no longer recognize the 2024 national championship. And then number three would be vacating all those wins. I think those in that order would hurt them the most. And
Oh
then
yeah,
scholarships and NIL. Because the postseason bowl ban or postseason ban, I think affects recruiting even more so than even scholarships taken away. Because
it
who wants
does.
to go play for a school if I'm a freshman and I don't even get the opportunity until I'm a junior or senior, that's going to cause me to hesitate to even want to go there.
Oh, players don't even want to go there now because of all the even before the Matt Weiss and the Alex Yost stuff came out, they already didn't want to go because they could see, and not only that, but the recruiting class now they're seeing everything come to fruition. If you look at their recruit class, I'm gonna put this on me and Sean's show. How low it is. Like you only got 5 commits in that class, and these are guys who don't even have offers from Ohio State. These are like low tier players, which is kind of funny. You only got like 1 4 star. The rest are like low tier 3 stars, which is absolutely funny. And when it comes down to the punishment of like the bowl bans and everything, yeah, that's really gonna hurt them. And anybody who says like taking away wins don't matter, ask Ohio State how it feels to have your 2010 season taken away.
Hmm.
Ask USC how it feels to have their national title and their 2003 2004 season stripped away from them when they won that national title. Oh, that hurts because no one even remembers it. No one even talks about it. It's not even acknowledged like it happened. So like Do you think anybody's going to be talking about the Michigan seasons from here on out? Is anyone even going to remember that? Just like you do with the Buck, just like you do with Ohio State's 2010 season and USC's 2003, 2004 season when they won the Natty. Like, no, you're not going to remember it. You're not going to acknowledge them. You're not even going to pay them any attention. And all this talk about how, oh, they're such a big brand and it's going to, like, they bring in finances. No, they don't. I mean, they kind of do. Yes, they're a big brand, but it's like, no, for the most part, like, dude, they punished Ohio State that has the biggest brand in all of college football. People know this. This draws the most money, biggest brand, biggest attention. They still punished us harshly for the and gave us a bowl ban, a 1-year bowl ban for the tattoo stuff. So, like, what makes you think they wouldn't do it to Michigan? What makes you think they care?
Yeah, if I recall, we gave ourselves that bowl ban, and then
No,
NCAA
we didn't.
accepted it. I think we gave ourselves
No,
one.
no. No, actually, we didn't. They actually said, honestly, Ohio State, because remember, we should have took the bowl ban in 2011, and then we
Right.
could have went on in 2012. But because we didn't take it, they ended up taking away our bowl
Oh,
season for
that's right.
2012, and we couldn't go to the playoffs.
That's right. Yeah, because we all wanted Gene Smith to like, hey, just 2011, let's just, and then we got hit with 2012, and we were undefeated, and then couldn't go to. You're right. You couldn't go to
Hmm.
a bowl game. That's right.
And
Yeah.
and we could
Yep.
have won the Natty because of that,
Yeah.
but nope.
Yeah, because it would have been us against Notre Dame instead of Alabama against Notre Dame, and Alabama dog walked them. We would have dog
Hmm.
walked them too. So yeah, good call, good
Absolutely.
memory. This has been a fascinating conversation. Let us know what you all think down in the comments section below. TG, tell everybody about the Buckeye Lounge and what you guys got going on this evening.
Oh, well, in the Buckeye Lounge, we're planning to have a guest. It's going to be a special guest. Either it's going to be Spiro or Corey and another podcaster that we're going to have on our show if Spiro can't show up. But it's going to be fun. We're going to be talking all kinds of stuff. We're going to be talking about the roster of Ohio State, the schedule. We're going to be going through all the weaknesses and the strengths. We're going to go through. We'll bring a little bit of the Michigan stuff into it, a little bit,
Of
and
course
we'll
you
even
will.
talk more about, of course, we'll bring it. And then we'll also talk about, some other stuff that might be going on in college football, such as like the Penn State, Ohio State, Jim Knowles type stuff. We'll talk about that too.
Don't miss it. 8 o'clock Eastern this evening, right here on the OHIO podcast, the Buckeye Lounge. You guys, you need to make sure that you are subscribed and ring the bell so you don't miss it. You'll get notified when they go live. That is something that each and every single one of you can do. The other thing you can do, like I said, make a comment down in the comment section below. Are you like me? Are you worried that the NCAA is going to kind of be wishy-washy on this thing? Or are you like TG? They're bringing the hammer. Let us know what you think down in the comments section below. We want to hear from you guys. Till next time, be kind to one another. I, Osamo's OH, sing Carmen Ohio with all your heart. You all know what to do. OH!
I oh
Go Bucks.
Go Bucks, baby.